I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me tonight. I am excited. It's bingo night. Yay. I just ran in the other room because I was getting ready to start my video. I reached over for my iced tea and had none left. So I ran in and grabbed some water because, you know, it's a long night. My husband is out hunting, so he is not here to get me tea. So I had to run and go get some tea real quick. Hi, everybody. I've been reading comments. Let me see where I left off at. Welcome, everybody. I believe I have 4 kits left, so if anyone is interested, there's a link below. Make sure you click on November Bingo, and we are going to have a lot of fun tonight. Let's see, bingo night, yay. Glad I was able to make it. Me too, Gloria. Thank you for liking and sharing. I appreciate it. Marva, before I forget, Marva and Cheryl, your prizes are going to go in your bingo pack because backstage came and went and it got crazy. And then I remembered last night and then I said, well, I'm mailing something out tomorrow. So Thursday. So I will put your prizes in with your bingo. Okay. That was for guessing how many demonstrators joined in October. Thank you, Deb. Hello, Carol from Canada. Welcome. Hi, Carol. And another Carol. Aloha, Deb. So today, my pre-order came. So the new mini catalog and the online exclusives. I am super excited about it. There's a couple things in there that I thought, oh, it's really cute. And then when you see it in person and the size of things and you just get to see it, I'm not going to be able to do an unboxing tonight, of course, because it's bingo night. Somebody didn't plan that well. And, and then tomorrow I have a crazy busy day. If I can get to it in the afternoon, if I get home in time, I'm going to do it. Maybe Friday. So just keep an eye on out for me. Make sure you subscribe and click the notification, the little bell, and then you'll get notified when I'm going to do my unboxing. I overnighted it thinking like I always do, and then thought, oh, I can't even do it tonight. So I thought of it today. It's a long video in addition to bingo being long. So I opted not to do that. I recorded a class once before bingo on the same day. Not a good idea. It is a lot of talking and a lot of, no potty breaks. So no, break. Oh, I could definitely do that, Anna. In fact, I was thinking I'm going to do that. I'll have to grab it in just a minute, but I will give you a couple sneak peeks. Super cute stuff. So I know you're going to go out and watch other sneak peeks. I don't blame you. But please come back and watch mine because we will, of course, go deep into everything and give it a try. And because I'm not doing it tonight, I will get a chance to run the embossing folder so we can have something to look at. And then we'll play with some dies and stuff later. I haven't looked at the dies. I've just been literally shoving them into packages and trying to get it ready so I could do it as soon as I can. So if you do register for bingo, please let me know that and let me know your numbers on the chat. Make sure I let you know I saw them so I can write them down and have them ready. I just don't want to try and do it if I can't do it. I saw your box with your, oh, that was one box, Claudia. One box of stuff. So jealous, how fun. And remember, if you're not a demonstrator and you'd like to join, you can join my team and order your stuff immediately. You can even put some of it into your kit and that you get to order. So for only $99, it's $125 in product that you get to choose. And then you get to go right back on, order again, and get your 20% off. And you can order all online exclusive pre-order or the mini catalog pre-order. Oh, good, Deb. I'm glad you like that. I know it's a long video, but Please wait till Sunday for unboxing. I have two things going on tomorrow and Friday. Yeah, honestly, Gloria, it's probably going to be Sunday. I'm having a procedure done tomorrow. It's no big deal. You know, I went and got a skin, you know, I go every year and get a skin thing done. And I have like a little mole on my back. And the doctor said, oh, let's keep an eye on that. And I said, you know what? Can you just take it off? Because my thought is if you're keeping an eye on it, take it off and insurance will pay for it anyway. And well, good thing we did, because now they said it's suspect. It's not melanoma or anything, but it could become. And my son just had the same thing happen earlier in the spring of this last year. So I'm going to get that cut off, more cut off. And so I just don't think I'm going to be up for an unboxing tomorrow, but I probably will be in here organizing it, is my guess, and getting my cake class figured out. I have some exciting stuff for my cake class. My last two projects I am super excited about. One's a 3D, one is a fancy fold. Neither one I've ever done before. And I've only seen one other people do them. So I'm really excited about it. Anyway, let's jump into some stuff. We have January Bingo is open for registration. There's a link below, a link on my blog like normal. So that is open. Remember, I do not do bingo in December. Everybody's just busy and it's a crazy time. And so I will be using the new product that I'm getting to prepare for January's bingo. So be looking for that. My cake day birthday card class. It's a little bit different this time. It is a free class with purchase. So $75 or more. And you can get the class for free, but you do need to come to my blog and register for the class, and just check on there that you are purchasing from me and to get the class for free. And that way I'll know. And when I see your order come through, I can mark you paid. You will need the Cake Day bundle. I did it this way because I know a lot of demonstrators take my classes. And that way, if you already have the bundle, you can come purchase whatever you want and get the class for free. That way it's a little easier than, because I know a lot of people would like the class free. And this way it works out. You get product that you're going to probably order anyway and get the class for free. But do remember to register. That being said, I will allow, if you sign up for my paper share, which will be coming probably within this next week, I will get it posted. If you join my paper share, and if you also purchase, I'm going to have like an add-on. If you purchase the embellishment package, and I'll get all the details out there for you. So if you purchase both of those, I will give you the class for free also. But you still need to register and note that on there that, you know, you're making a purchase. And so more details will come about that. We just got it. I need to kind of figure all the details out. But I've had a lot of people say, can you add embellishments? So I'm going to, but I'm going to only separate the embellishments by 2. Because one of the embellishments, according to the picture, I haven't looked at the ones I received yet, but it looks like they're not in a straight line. They're kind of like shifted, like the top layers over here and the next layers over here. So it's not like a nice, clean, fast cut. And also I noticed that some on the last few embellishments that they have like the large ones here and the small ones here. So you can't like, you know, cut them exactly right or straight. It's just kind of different. So I think I'm just going to do those by 2. And so you'll get all the details with the prices and everything that's included. I will not separate I'll give you a sneak peek, the loose embellishments, because I think that's going to be too difficult to do. And I'll show you what those are in just a minute. But that's going to be a lot to do. So I will add it in as a full package, though, because I know separate it, you know, you're going to want the container and all that good stuff. So we'll go over that in just a second. All right, so let me, I'm just going to put this up here really quickly. Oh, you know what I'll do is I'm gonna set these out for you to look at, and then I'm gonna go pull some sneak peeks real quick, and then we're gonna start bingo. Somebody asked me, "Are you gonna do sneak peeks?" I'm like, yeah, got to do a little bit. So I'm gonna put these out just a little bit here. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen these in person yet. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. So this is going to be great for a shaker card. All right, so hopefully you're going to see this okay. So let me show you. Okay, so look how cute these are. These are like sprinkles, and you have hearts and envelopes and lips. Look how cute that is. So you have lips, envelopes, which, okay, hold on. I thought the envelopes had, okay, you can't see them. All right. Let me see how close I can get with my new camera and light without getting crazy. Well, there's little hearts on there. It's really, really hard to see. But there's little hearts on the envelopes. And then look at, you get little lips. And you get the different hearts, the pink, light pink, dark pink. And then you get all these sprinkles in the same color. Super, super cute. And they come like this. That's why, and I think honestly, you could take these and glue them. I mean, I think a glue dot might fit around those, but look, and then you can even glue like your little envelopes and put those on projects. You can also take your glue and do like a line of glue and add your sprinkles on there, but then you have to kind of sort them out. But there's different sizes of envelopes. Okay, so there's some different sizes there, but super, super cute. And they're kind of that rubbery stuff. Remember when we used to have, those little circles, like the little confetti dots kind of thing? That's kind of what this feels like. Remember when I put one in my mouth and I chewed it to see, I bit down to see what it was, and it's kind of rubbery? That's what these are. No need to chew this time. All right, I'm going to give you one more sneak peek real quick. So let me just thumb through here and see what I've got. There's a couple that I really want to show you. One I will definitely be doing, probably I'll be doing a class on both of these would be my guess. So let me put these away. Super cute. These are part of a suite. The Valentine suite is super, super cute. So you want to get some of those. I know we can't do a whole bunch right now because, we've got bingo to do, but, I got to show some stuff here. All right, so this I haven't opened, but we will. We have new washi tape, which you know what that means. We have a stamp set and die to go with it. I believe, let me see, what is this washi tape called? Oh, now I don't have it in front of me. I believe we have a stamp set and a die. So let me glance real quick in the catalog. I can't show you the inside of the catalog, but I will show you. Let me get this sticky off my hand. All right, I'll do this right now so that we can do this when I do the unboxing, but I'll get it ready for you. But I can't see a thing. So let me... All right, I saw some people register, so thank you. If you registered for tonight, please let me know and give me your numbers so I can write those down. All right. So, ooh, look, they're nice and like faint looking. I like it. I like it. All right. So what I usually do is I'll figure out where the die, oh no, look what I did. Where the die starts and stops. And then that's where I cut my paper. But we're just going to go with this. So hold on. And we'll figure it out when we do the unboxing. All right. So this is where green light bit, or that one. Oh, it looks like it might repeat. Oh no, because there's green right here. Okay. So it repeats right here. Okay. Yeah. So this is where it repeats. So see this green leaf here and this here. So I'm going to leave that green leaf, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the bottom up here because that's kind of where it's going to start anyway. So we're going to just go right here. Okay. So, and then I like to just leave a little bubble right there just so I'm going to leave a piece of tape right there. my removable tape, which I'm almost out of. And I'm just going to put that right there. Okay. All right, there we go. So look at that. I'm going to look at the stamp set real quick. Hold on, let me look. Greenery. I have nothing in order, so bear with me. And I ran out of my magnets. So I had to order those. And of course, the Stampin' stores just had a sale, but there's another one coming. All right, so, oops, Greenery Lane. Okay, so here's the dies in the stamp set. So let's check out the dies. See, I just haven't even looked at them yet. Oops, but I did get 2. All right, I know it's bingo night. I'm trying to hurry here for you guys. Robin, I did get yours. Thank you. All right, so here we go. Okay, so we have this fun one that's different. That's not in this. But, oh, and we have this one that goes with the stamp, not in here. But we have this one. We have this one. We have this one, which is the same as that one. But notice they're in the greens and they're in like the pretty peacock colors. And then we have this one. All right, so we have those. Now, notice these little stars on here. I don't know if you guys can see them. They're like little flower star images. So I'm thinking, all right, we're not gonna take a long time, Marcie. All right, so there's that. And then these, well, there's 2 together, but then there's the individual. But see, we have them here. But I'm kind of thinking we can probably do this too. But let's just look. Yep. So they'll go on there also. And maybe these will go on these. I don't know. I'm not going to look at them right now. But all right. So now we know we have washi tape. All right. Washi. All right. So, well, now that I have this out, we're just going to, that's another set of dies. All right. There we go. Okay, so we have this, so that's good. That's one thing. The other item, and I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I will show you the paper. Look how cute. Oh, I got to fix my camera over here. Okay, look how cute this is. All right, I haven't even looked at this, but we're going to look at it. Okay, promise me if I'm showing this to you, you guys are going to come back on Saturday or Sunday probably. But look how cute that is. You got all these cute little characters. All right, so there we go. Oh, look at this. Little tiny flowers and grass. Cute. Okay. I have an idea what I'm going to do with these. And look at these. You can make individual cards. Look with the berries. This is so cute. Gloria, I think this is right up your alley. I like how the butterfly's playing the saxophone. So cute. Oh, then here's the leaves on this side. There's that one. I knew you would, Gloria. No problem, Nell. I'm just doing a sneak peek real quick before we start our bingo. So cute. Oh, here's the berries. Look at the berries, and it's got little bees in there. Really cute. Oh, with more patterns in the back. I like doing patterns like this because you can always layer stuff up and still see the patterns around the outside. It's kind of cool with the cardstock layer, of course. I love this for a picnic with ants. No dragonflies. I know, I'm sad. they need a dragonfly set, but it was funny. I was just talking to a friend about someday, long away, if I ever hit 1 million, I already know what kind of set I want to do, but it's not dragonflies. But anyway, cute set, and the stamps and the dies are adorable. Oh yeah, Sherry, you're right. The ladybug embellishments are really cute too. So I'll show you everything else on probably most likely Sunday, because I have bingo tonight and it's been scheduled like this for a little while. So when I realized that we could do the ordering, I was like, okay, because unboxings, I love unboxings, but I love bingo too, and I have a little surprise. So let's get busy with bingo. I think that's all the announcements. My cake class, Traditions of Christmas, is still available. Remember, it's a PDF video link only. And then Elegant Pines with the banner. I actually still have like just a very few of those kits left. So if you're interested, register for that. And looking really quickly to make sure, Stampin' Storage, I don't think I updated the photo, but they just had a sale that ended, but another one is going to start on the 21st. Oh, don't forget, if you're going to On Stage, registration is the 25th. They are going to sell out like they did last year. The thing is they need to find a place that fits as many people as they can, that's, you know, works for them and has the hall space for us and, you know, the hotel space and all that. But they just take a guess on how many people are going to go. Remember that Stampin' Up! Says, okay, we're guessing we're going to have about this many people, and then they have to block rooms and block space. And if they don't get enough people, they still have to pay for, you know, the cap of a certain amount of people. So it's really hard for them to kind of gauge how many people. And so last time it sold out, and I think it's going to sell out this time too. It's in Long Beach, which is beautiful. And so the 25th, make sure you register right away. It's 9 o'clock for silver and above, or silver elite and above, I believe. And then 10 o'clock for all other demonstrators. So hope to see you there, and I hope you register. All right, we are going to get started. All right, so the first card, I used the words for the season. May the magic of Christmas fill each corner of your home and heart. Funny story about this kit and this card. If you guys saw me on my October retreat, I totally glued this panel completely backwards. I needed the paper on the other side to create this card. So when you receive your kit, look at me. I already glued one panel for you because Marcie was not going to waste these, and I still have a ton of them. But this is what you're going to have. So don't worry, you have this already glued together. We're going to move our embellishments and that up. So you're going to have this already together. So move all of that off to the side. Let's do the inside first. Because, you know, I couldn't waste that. So I was like, man, and I love the paper and I love the whole thing about that whole Traditions of Christmas. Did you guys see the Road to Christmas? The kit is available now. And the kit is actually part of the kits for the kit competition for demonstrators. And I think I need only 4 more kits to earn my specialty DSP. So if anybody needs a kit, I would love it if you purchase it from me so I can earn my specialty DSP that they're offering to demonstrators. And last time, well, my Advent one, I did thank you cards, and I usually try to do something with the paper to share. It's not enough to do a class, but it's definitely enough to do some thank you cards for whatever reason. So I like to do that. All right, so this is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. This is 3 1/4 by 4. And we're going to add a little bit of glue on here. So somebody had asked me if I ever had my glue bottle get all rusty from the needle or from this thing, and I had not until recently. And I don't know if it was rusty or what I did, but inside the glue bottle was all clogged up, like not even in the needle, but in the bottle itself. And it was just ugly. I tried cleaning it and I said, nope, I threw it away, the whole thing. So that was the first time in years that I've had an issue. And this is my first bottle, I think, but it's starting to split right there. So I'm not surprised I don't have glue going everywhere quite yet, but it's hanging in. But you want to put a stainless steel needle in it was always my answer. But now I don't know because it had a stainless steel needle. Okay, be careful. Make sure, let me tell you if these are the same or not. These are the same, the inside and the front, so that's good. You don't want to accidentally mix up your cardstock if they're different sizes, but these happen to be the same. Okay, so the white is 4 by 5 1/4. The red is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Hi, Stephanie. All right, so we're just gonna put this on the inside. We're just started the first card. We did a few sneak peeks on the new stuff. All right, let me get that out of the way. All right, so we're gonna put that on the inside. All right, so there's that. Now on the front, what I decided to do, because I already had, I have a lot of that paper. I know it's beautiful. We are still gonna use a lot of this paper tonight. I decided let's take these panels that I goofed up on and we're going to back this up with red. And now I need to remeasure because this is too, oh, you know what it is? It's going to be, you're going to need to cut this. So watch what I did, because you want your green to go edge to edge, okay? Your red to go edge to edge on your green. So what we're going to do is take your panel, because remember these I created for a different project. Take your panel, cut the green edge off. Okay, so you just have it flat. And then what I did is I'm going to adhere this to my red. All right, so we're going to adhere it to the red and just go down. And then I'm going to cut that at the end. So I'm going to go here and down. And I'm not going all the way to the edge because we know we're going to cut some of that off. But I go pretty darn close. All right, we're going to go back up. Take your red. And I'm just going to, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I just like to do it with my right hand. So I'm going to turn it sideways. Slide this to the very top. And then give yourself some, equal spacing there. And then you can always add it on here and then cut it, or cut it ahead of time, whatever works for you. And I did like 1 square, or, like 3/8 of an inch or so. Just give yourself a little bit of space there and add that on. So we're going to add this. I'm going to do it with glue, so I have a little wiggle room. Okay. And so now you're going down to just the red because you're going to be cutting that green off. So I'm just going to do it like this. And I'm going to go right, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm going to have that white show, just that little piece. And then, and of course, make sure your paper's straight. It may be I'm going to go right about there. Okay, so there we go. And now I'm going to cut that last little bit off. Okay, so now you have, it's just edge to edge, okay? So cut that off. So really you're just cutting the green part off. All right, and now we're going to add this to our red. All right, so there's that. Okay, we can actually put this on the card base now. We're going to do some ribbon, but not on the card base. It'll be around the sentiment, so we can just add this on. And again, the red is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and the DSP is 4 by 5 1/4. Remember, I always try to do DSP 4 by 5 1/4 if possible, because you get more out of your paper. All right, so there we go. So there's that. So we'll set that aside. We are going to stamp our sentiment with the May the Magic of Christmas from Words of the Season. So I have it right here. I'm using Old Olive. So I'm going to put that on here. And I like to take my grid paper, which I've been using, can you tell? And then just kind of give it makes your ink see. And like, I probably need to re-ink this one. I really need to re-ink it. So I should have done this earlier. So now you get to see how I'm going to do my re-inking. I'm going to move this so I don't get anything all over it. And then this one, of course, is one of the ones. Some of them are a little easier and some of them not so much. I'm not going to put too much on it. But I want to do that. I tend to use a piece of paper, like a scrap, whatever I've got around me, which I have this right here. I'm going to double it up to make it a little thicker. You could use a business card or, whatever. And I just kind of, some people use a spoon. And I'm just going to kind of spread it around. And sometimes I like to spread it a little more to the edge. It just depends, but I didn't put that much on there this time. I'm going to set that in my trash nicely in case I need to grab it again and move stuff around. But, oh, that looks way better. Okay, so now here we go. I'm going to put that right in the middle. And then what I do is I just kind of look at the bottom to see, and that is so crooked, but we're going to go with it because I didn't make another one. Actually, I do have another one. Hold on. Somewhere. Well, if I knew where they were, I would grab one, but I don't. But that's okay. I'll fix it later. So we're going to temporarily stick that, but I got to fix that. That's not straight. But we're not going to take time to do that now. Okay. We'll do that one again. Make yours straight. It looks better that way. All right, so we are going to glue this on here, which we are going to do a glue dot because Marcie's going to have to redo it. So we're going to do a glue dot right in the middle so it looks pretty. We're going to put it on my sweater so it doesn't stick all the way. So I can pull it, oops. And then you want to make sure you use the right side of your red. We're going to put that on there like this and make it look, pretend it's straight. Then we're going to take our ribbon. And what I do, because I'm going to do embellishments on this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've decided, I started kind of doing this, is I'm going to put my ribbon like this, and like this, and like this. So I just kind of look and I go, okay, I'm going to go right here. Okay, so I just kind of look at it and go there. That way you don't have it, it's extra sticky when you're going to be using dimensionals. All right, so now I'm going to go here. So I'm going to go like this. I used to just do some lines across, but then I've decided, well, if this gets pushed down in the mail, I don't like, you know, it to stick where it shouldn't be sticking. And then I'm going to have this, remember that's straight. I'm going to have this go like that. And if that's too much, you can move it over. Then I'm just going to go straight down right here. Oops. But like I said, you could just do some lines. It's fine. Works great. And I'm going to go like that. I probably went over too much at the front, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put my embellishments on. It's so funny because I haven't crafted at all today. I've been just trying to organize my unboxings goodies. I'm going to put one on my, make sure I put one on my ribbon. Oh, I should put one more right here. Okay, that's good. So we're going to put this on our card, wherever you like. I'm going to put it right here. Remember, this panel is not popped up. It is glued down, so you don't really have to do, you know, half, oh, this looks crooked, but I think this might be, this is really hard when this is crooked. There we go. All right, and then if it's all in one, you don't have to worry about that. All right, so there's that, and then we're going to put our embellishments on. Yay! And these sparkles that come with the traditions of Christmas are so much fun. I'm going to do that, and then the medium one, I'm going to do up here because we've got some space, and I'll fix that when I change it. All right, yay! So here's what it looks like straight. So it's a lot of fun. Add some gold in there to kind of offset. You've got gold and gold on your ribbon. So I thought that was fun. But a great use of a panel, especially if you make a mistake and you put the panel on upside down. Make sure that you use them. You can use them for something. And another thing is you could, especially with this paper, is it's not really directional. So you could have done a card like this and maybe put, you know, flowers or something, you know, put one of our big flowers or whatever right there from that same suite. And you can kind of change it up and make it your own. So there's project one. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. All right, so let's move this. And now it's time for bingo. I want to make sure everybody, if anybody joined since the start of the video, please let me know. So I want to make sure that I have your numbers and that you are registered. Let me know. I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, here they are. I'm like, where are my numbers? Okay. Thanks, you guys. I'm glad you like it. And so my surprise is I have new numbers. I did new numbers. I don't have the in colors anymore. I did something different. I'm hoping you guys can see these okay. All right, everybody, good luck. Just made it. Hello. Oh, good. We're just starting the first bingo. All right, the first number 9. Look how cute. The little dragonfly. So the numbers are bold. So hopefully you'll be able to see them okay. And it's not number 6 because otherwise our dragonfly is upside down. So if I goof up, you guys will know it's our little dragonflies that way. So hopefully you can see that okay. Maybe they'll like you better. And don't forget, I will, oh, you know what, you guys, I'm sorry. I do have somebody new and I totally spaced. Let me go over the rules super quick. You see everybody right now typing in a B in there, okay? So if I call your number and you don't have any numbers yet, you're going to put a B. If the next number that I call is yours, or when I call your next number, type in I. So it'll be B-I in your next one. And then B-I-N. And then just keep going. The first person that says bingo wins bingo. The second person, if it's in the same bingo and they say bingo and they're the second one, you can get a consolation prize, or you can opt to continue on and go for another bingo within tonight's bingo. Okay. If you win, you're going to send me a list of what you want to order from my website. I will put your order in. I will screenshot your total. I will send an invoice to you. So let's say it's $200. I'll screenshot it to you with an invoice link. And the invoice link will be minus $100 because you won the $100. Okay. So then you will, okay, I'm looking really quick because somebody's just signing up. I want to make sure I get them. Okay, Paula. So what you're going to do is send me your numbers and your what you want. And then I will screenshot it, send an invoice to you. Once you pay the invoice to me, I will submit the order and it will get shipped directly to you from Stampin' Up. Okay. So I ask that you please put it in the same month. It just helps my records keep track of who is, won bingo that month, etc. And also, you cannot, that's okay, Paul, I gotcha. Thank you. You cannot order the new online exclusives or the new mini catalog items. Any pre-order items you cannot order because I max out my pre-order, and that's where I start creating bingo for January, and I'm using my product, so I can't put pre-order items in. But if you could please get your order to me before then. Only one person consolation, one winner. Once you win one time, you cannot win another bingo, but please stay and watch the creation of the cards and the fun. And I think that's about it. I feel like I'm off now. I think that's about it. It's a lot of fun. So enjoy, and let's continue on. If you have questions, please let me know. If I forgot anything, remind me. I'll try to talk as I go to remind everybody. Number 11. A different little dragonfly. Aren't they cute? And I go a little fast at the beginning because not everybody is oh, look at same guy. Not everybody is, they take a little while to get to the B-I-N-G. So I tend to go a little faster. Oh, don't forget that you always grab your bar at the bottom and make sure you pull it all the way to the right so you are caught up with us, especially if you click off and then you come back. You want to make sure that you are caught up. Okay, number 29. Robin, do you have B-I-N-G already? It says B-I-N-O. Well, these seem louder, although it is the same. It is the same paper that I used to do these. Number 17. Now, for some reason, when you leave in Chrome, if you leave the page and come back, you could be a little behind. So I just want to make sure that you are with us. Number 19. All right, lots of bee eyes. Number 13. Wow, the pink ones are being called. Deb has a BIN. Jan. Thanks, Steph. Number 24. So once we get closer to the BIN and the BINGs, I tend to slow down just a little bit. It is the first person that calls bingo. So if you win bingo here and we're down here, but you call it first and somebody else calls here, it's the first person that calls it. Okay. Number 26. Oh, Anna, you must like the dragonflies. Tanya has BIN. Anna, Kathy, Deb. Okay, number 10. Just love your new bingo cards. Oh, thank you. I made them last night. I was having fun. My husband was on a phone call with an old friend of ours, and I was like, you know what? I really need to make these new cards. 16. So I decided I'm just going to make them last night. And I didn't really want to use the in color thing like I did before because I don't want to have to change them out. I don't think I've used my laminator since the last time I did my card. So, hi, Glenda. All right, Carmen and Susan are on with bees. Number 3. Either my husband's home from hunting or somebody's stealing my Christmas tree. Number 1. All right, Cecile has a BIN. All right, I have a cheat sheet over here. Who is Let's Go Someplace New? I'm going to write your name down here. Oh, that's Paula. Is that Paula? I think it's Paula because I have someplace written down. All right. Glenetta, Stephanie, Ellen, and Carol all have a BIN. Here's number 12. And this one has a bunch of little dragonflies. That's my team name. That's what I thought, Paula. Thank you. Okay, Robin, BIN. Okay, number 5. Ooh, Cheryl has a BING. All right. And Kathy. Oh, Cheryl has a bingo. Let's see, hold on. All right, Cheryl. 3, 5, 9, 12, and 24. You do. Congratulations, Cheryl. Cheryl has a bingo. And Cheryl, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I am going to put your demonstrator guest gift that you won in your bingo package, okay? So that'll be in there for you. Congratulations, Cheryl. Make sure, everybody, that you drag your bar all the way to the right and you're caught up. I don't see anybody else, so congratulations. You are welcome. All right, nobody else. Yay. All right, let me mix these up a little bit. All right, congratulations on that. Our first bingo by Cheryl. All right, our second card, I used a little bit of some different things. I used the new ephemera, the Christmas ephemera, with all the sentiments. I used our vase from is it called Kingsley? Oh, now I forgot to pull that die out, but I think it's the Kinsley one with the new paper, the textured something. It's listed below. Gosh, I wish I could remember all the names. And then I used the frosted iridescent dots. And the paper is from, oh, I'll tell you right now, because I make these like as soon as it, like I've already started next bingo. I have one card done already. And so it's like, oh, wait, let me look. And then I don't think I put this paper. I did put the brown paper. So this paper is from Peace on Earth, I believe. Yes, it's the Peace on Earth paper. So that's where the crumb cake paper comes from. This one, I believe, comes from the North Delivery. Yeah, it comes from this one. So always look at the other sides of the papers. You never know what you can come up with. And I wanted to come up with something that could be holiday. It does have our pine in here. Okay, so I did put joy on there. That's not your traditional Christmas, but it could also be a sympathy card, a thank you card. It could just be a lot of, different, or a season, or winter, or it could be something that maybe isn't Christmas, but maybe a winter card. So that's kind of where I changed this card up a little bit to be a little different. So I thought joy was fun to keep it in that Christmas. Now I could have put gold right there, but I already had the crumb cake when I trimmed the color here. So I decided I'm just going to do that. So let me get my silicone here. And let's do this. We're going to add again. This is from the North Delivery set with all the little critters and the mailboxes and the post mail trucks and stuff, which was real cute. I love anything that's got like the pool party kind of paper color is so pretty, and the polka dots. Hi, Julie. How are you? All right. Uh-oh. Did I go smaller on this? Why is that smaller? I will double check. See, this is where now people ask me, oh, why I didn't get my kit yet. Nope, this is why. So check number 2 inside size. I need to make sure that your paper is the right size. So I'm just going to cut mine because it's fine. But I'll make sure your paper, what size your paper is. So we're going to add this one on here. So I'm going to use glue. And so I'll go like this. And I like to bend it. So if it's longer, it's just because that's the piece I had already. So you can fix it like this. I love crumb cake. So like that. And then I'm going to cut this because I goofed. And I don't know that I meant to do that. 3 3/4, 4. So I'm going to go to 3. I'm going to do 3 3/4 just to make it to where it's going to fit, because then that means this is going to be 5. And I'm fine. Let's see what it looks like. You guys probably do the same thing. Make it 5 by 3 3/4, and then we'll just see more crumb cake is all. So this is how you're going to fix it if your paper's smaller, is to see. And that might have been what I was going to do, because sometimes I really like to see more paper, and sometimes I kind of think that, you don't always need a whole lot to write. So that's probably the best fix for you, is to do that. Make your paper 3 3/4 by 5, but I'm going to check it anyway. But I will just have a little more crumb cake showing. But this is exactly an example of why I send them out afterwards, so that I can make sure that you have everything that you need, or we can make adjustments to it like this. Okay. And it could have just been that this was mine, because sometimes I decide one thing and then I decide another, or sometimes I take an extra little piece and I think, oh, this will work, and I don't hold it up to my paper. So all right, so we're going to put that in here. Okay, looks like that. Now on the front, we're going to take our 2 panels, but you want to add, I always add this on here first, just in case you need to trim or cut or anything like that. This is going to go side to side. So just take your DSP and add it. It's going to go edge to edge here. And I just kind of eyeball. All right, so edge to edge there. And then you're going to put it here. So what I like to do is I like to just kind of lay that down. Let's first put our flowers together. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this paper. Let's see. See how it's got that texture in it? If you wanted to, you could take your blending brush and add a little color or something to it if you wanted to. I didn't want to do that. I like the white against this. These are going to be out of the paper that has the stems on it. Some of you will probably get the stems on it, just cut it off. Some of them were at the edge of the paper. So when you think about, oh man, I wish these all had the stems, what am I going to do with this paper? This is what you're going to do. You're going to cut your flowers and don't lose those, because now we're just going to add them in a vase. And it's perfect, right? So we're going to add that. I'm going to go ahead and just add glue right there. I'm going to add my vase just towards the bottom, and I'm going to leave that. Now what I like to do is lift it up and I dry it. I'm going to take this little bit of glue off because I squished a little much. And then I'm going to just turn that over and let that dry, because then you can add your dimensionals or whatever. But for right now, we need to work on our bow. And so if you look at my bow, it's kind of doubled up. I did not tie your bows with this because it is really hard to tie this, because it kind of likes to come undone because you're not tying that knot first. So we're just going to double it up, and then you're just going to tie a little bow. Okay, so it's a little bow. You can kind of make it a little bit bigger, so you don't want a whole lot in your fingers because you want to have this to work with. Okay, and then you're going to bring it through. So it being doubled up is where you're going to get that fluff of your, you're going to work with this edge. Go like this. Leave yourself a little hole right here, okay, with your finger kind of, so that you can push this through. And then grab it. There you go. All right, so then, I mean, if you have a bow maker, you could do that too. Once you pull this tighter, you're going to know that this is your other loop, like this is. Okay, so you're going to be able to cut that, but you want to kind of just get this the size you want. I'm going to pull that one tight. Okay, and you think you're pulling it really tight, and it will loosen up. So be prepared that it's not going to stay exactly where you want it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this, and I'm not going to worry about my edges yet. I'm going to turn this back over. Okay, and then I'm going to get a glue dot first. And I'm going to put this on a glue dot because it's going to help kind of hold that together. And then of course I'm going to use glue on the 2 sides. Okay, because this will unravel. And then I'm just going to put it right at the top of the vase. Oh, no, I'm not. Just kidding. It's going to go right here. You want it in right there. So now I'm going to go back in and take that glue off right there. Okay, and I'll come in with an eraser later. But there we go. I want it in the middle of the vase, right there where that neck is. All right, and then I'm going to hold it and just trim these a little bit. I still want them a little longer, and then you can kind of play with them once it's glued. Okay, so you can put your little bow there. I mean, you can put your bow where you want. I like it down here. All right, so now we're going to add our dimensionals on the back of this. Now, if you wanted to, you can do the ones that have the backings on them so that you can kind of hold it on. I'm just going to kind of put it up against it. I always like to do over my 2 pieces of paper so that they stay together. All right. Now, if I had my backings on this, it would be easier. But what you want to do is take this and kind of figure out where you want that to go. And then hold your vase up and kind of get an idea. Do you want it higher, lower? I'm going to go a little higher because we're going to be bringing our word in and putting our word about there. And then our vase, this is going to go over our vase like this. But you also kind of want it on your card. So I'm going to go about right there. So I'm going to make myself a little mark. And I'm going to just use my glue. Are you getting ads, Gloria, in the middle of my video? Or are those just a YouTube thing? Because you should not have ads during a live on my video. Because that's an option that we can do it. I mean, we make more money like that. But I figure if you guys are watching live, I'm not going to have ads popping up. Unless they change something to make it default to that. Then I need to look into where that's at because it's not supposed to. All right, so we're going to do this. And
I'm not quite sure how to
oh, Alexa off. Please. Sorry. All right, so we're going to put that on here like that. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and put it on my card because you want to make sure the top of your vase doesn't go off of your card. So let's go ahead. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I don't like to do them with, if you guys are live watching, I don't do it because, I mean, I think you're here live watching. I don't need you to have to watch ads. When you come back and watch, I mean, that's kind of how I get paid from YouTube, which helps me get equipment and whatever for my videos. But I don't do it on my lives. All right, there we go. Some are and some aren't. That's weird. Huh. Okay, so this has adhesive on it. Okay, so you can peel. I don't know if you can see, but there's lines on here that you could peel it off. I'm not going to peel it off because I'm going to peel the J, the bottom part of the J off because that will stick. But we're going to get our mini dimensionals right here, which I guess I must have run out of my other ones that I had. with the sticky stuff already off of them. I must have used them. Either that or they're sticking to something somewhere because I've got the top, but I think I used them already. So we are going to use our cut dimensionals, so our little half ones here that I already have. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the J because that's going to go like right here. So we can go above that. So we're going to do our little half ones. We're going to do a whole one like right here. And, oops, took the backing off, but nothing else. Okay, we're going to do that one. Oh, okay, so you get ads on the side then. Oh, okay. Yeah, the ones that, I mean, I have a whole different respect for the ads when I'm watching a video because I know that that's how people get paid from YouTube and, you know, whatever. That's usually when I get up and go to the bathroom, refill my drink, whatever, and I let them run. Because I know, you know, a little bit more about that now than I used to. All right, and then I'm going to put a big one right here. I'm going to put another little one. I go a little overboard because I want to make sure that my word stays where it needs to. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the sticky part on the Y because it is a sticker, but it splits way up here. So I'm just going to come down to the bottom and pull up that sticker part. And then I'm just going to cut that part off because it's going to go flat. This is already popped up. And so I don't need to put dimensionals on there, but I am going to take the backings off here. So my grandson, I don't think I told you guys, he had a playoff game on Saturday. I had to go to a baby shower. My niece is having a baby and it's about an hour and a half away. So I had to go to that, but Papa went to the game and they won again 42-0. His team is doing extremely well. I don't even think they've had a game less than in the 40s. And I think they had one game that was like 72-6. And they've won every game. So playoffs, they won again. And he has championships this weekend. So he is extremely excited about that. All right, I think when I pulled that off, my little paper kind of, either that or it's just the way the ephemera is. There's like a little, okay, fix that. Okay, now think about your J because that is going to stick once you get it down there. So make sure your bow is up. And I'm just going to put that right there. So see how it's flush up against the vase, but then this is all popped up, okay? And then now we need our embellishments. So I chose these, which are the frosted iridescent dots. And I thought the blue, of course, looked really pretty with this. So I'm going with these. And I'm going to put one here, a small one here, and another small one. Oops, hello. Right about, I don't want it to look like it's on the eye, so I'm going to just put this one up a little higher. There we go. So super cute. Like I said, change your embellishment or change your sentiment if you want. Make it a sympathy card, make it a winter, card. It could just say, enjoy the winter season. Put a little cup of coffee next to it if you want. Make it just a little more, whatever kind of card you're wanting. But I love this layout. If you have this extra paper, always look on the back sides of the paper because you can use this and really make your paper go farther. and get a good use out of your paper. Okay, so there we go. That is project number 2. We never lose your picture. Has everyone started their Christmas cards? Oh, Gloria, my Christmas cards are definitely started. I've been working on them a lot at night watching TV, and my husband's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got to get my Christmas cards done sometime. That's the only time I work on them is at night when we're watching TV. I'm still working on the same ones that I started in October in Texas. Oh, you're welcome, Barb. All right, everybody, here we go. We are going for bingo number 2. Good luck. Number 25. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, I love, sometimes I really like 2 or 3 of the pages in a paper pack. And then I'm like, what am I going to do with the other ones? But then look at the other ones. You can die cut them out as leaves or flowers or letters. I mean, there's all kinds of uses for that. I've even, and well, you'll see something coming up that I'm going to show you. Another little trick I did with DSPs on the next card. All right, number 28. Don't forget to join January bingo. We have lots of time. There's no bingo in December. Number 17. Also, the Road to Christmas set with the red truck, that's available again. And if you don't have somebody to purchase it from, I would love it if you purchase from me. I still think I need 4 kits for the demonstrator competition to earn our special DSP. Number 4. Lots of bees popping up. Number 22. Number 8. Deb with the BI, Sherry, Paula, Deb. Number 3. Number 5. Paula has a BIN. Carol has a BIN. Number 10. Thanks, Steph. I was hoping I could find my machine here, my laminating machine. Number 20. Carmen has a BIN now. $24. Ooh, Carmen has a BING. Julie has BIN. Uh-oh, my tape is coming off here. I taped it to hold the handle down because it kept flopping around everywhere. Number 26. Yay, Anna's in it with a B. I know, Stephanie. I like whimsical. I thought it was fun. There was one I found and it was ugly. I put it on there and I'm like, that does not go. Number 23. All right, Deb has B-I-N, Julie, Carmen has B-I-N-G. Oh, Deb now has B-I-N-G. Now's when I start slowing down just a little bit. I am ahead of you guys, so. $15. $15. Carmen. Let's see. Carmen. Okay, Carmen has a 5 and a 10. Oh, wow. Look at this. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Congratulations, Carmen. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Congratulations. I don't see any other ones. Let me write this down. Carmen. Number 2. All right, congratulations. All right. Yay. Okay, moving on to card number 3. So on this one, I'm using the Ornamental Christmas. I'm going to use the Merry Christmas from that. I love this Merry Christmas. It's my favorite one. And I wanted to use the paper that's black and white with a pop of colors. So this is what we're going to do. And one of the things you're going to notice is I have the paper in the background here. And yes, you can barely see it, but it's okay. I have a ton of it. My Christmas cards are done. I don't want to end up with a lot of it. So instead of adding, notice I did the red. Okay, and so what we did is I wanted to use a paper that I had a bunch of. So let me show you what I did. Watch out for your embellishments. It's stuck right here. 1 and 2. Where's my third one? There should always be 3. 1 and 2. There we go. Number 3. Okay, so oh look at where did 2 go? I just said 1 and 2, and now I have 2 again. What happened? Is it attached to me? I just had 3. I know I did. All right. Well, you're going to have 3. I must have just flung mine somewhere. Not on my bag. All right. Do you guys see it? Where is it? Okay. I did just have it in my hand because I saw it. But let's see. Is it under one of these? 1, 2. That's okay. I have plenty. I will pull out another one. So don't lose those or it may show up. All right. So let's set that aside with those. Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay. We are going to start with the inside like usual. And I try to use an accent, whatever paper that I'm using. I try to use another, paper that we're doing. It's on the back of the card base. Oh, see, I should have paid attention to you guys. I wasn't reading, I was looking. All right, so we're going to take same sizes, the white, and let's take our paper with the stripes. I'm going to put that down. And then with my pop of color, I'm going to do the red. I wanted to add a fun color. We're going to use there we go. Okay, so I always try to make this one flush, and then that way I just have to cut the one side. So if the paper is a little longer, I don't mind that, but I try not to make it shorter, so, except last card, apparently. All right, we're gonna add our glue to this. All right, there is our inside. All right, there we go. All right, now for the front, what I did is I added an extra layer. I had a lot of the Fa La La paper left. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this one onto the red. And then I'm going to add this one onto here. Now, if you really wanted to see a lot of that paper, you can cut them down if you want. I'm just going to see a little design. It doesn't really matter to me what it is. I just want to have a little bit. But if you wanted to, you could cut your panels all down a little bit. But then you really can't see what the word is. And I didn't really want that. I just want something on there. So, but again, we're going to add these and put them on here. So you want to make sure that they're the right size. So I'm going to bring this back in. Oh, I almost knocked over my numbers. All right, so we're going to bring this in and add this. And it does go edge to edge. Because when you put it on, it's going up against red paper anyway. So you're going to have, oh, it is not side to side. Move it in. There we go. If it is, I'll cut it, but let's take a look. Okay, so the red's going to go where the red is, so that's fine. So you don't want it edge to edge. You're going to do it like that. See, again, why we do bingo later. Oh, my head keeps getting in the way. I thought I fixed my camera. Sorry about that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add this on here because I aligned mine up and it's fine. So we're going to add this paper onto here. All right, and now we're going to add this, and I just glued it straight down. Again, I don't add it yet. We know it's going to fit on there, and I'm fine with that, but I don't know the placement of what I want yet. So we're going to add this to this because we know we don't have to cut this piece. You could add it and do all your adjusting, but I like to do it once the card is all put together. And as long as I know it goes across and fits, I'm fine with that. All right, so I'm just going to put this on here. All right, so there's this one, and we can add this to the front of the card. we don't get snow here. I mean, my husband has to drive like 2 hours to go snowboarding. So, I mean, I guess we get snow, but not right here by us. All right. Oh, my card definitely needs to be fixed. It's a little off. There we go. All right, we're going to put that on. And now I'm going to set these two aside without putting those together quite yet. We are going to bring in our circles. So we have 2 gold circles. One's going to be with our trees. One is going to be with our sentiment. We have our ornament, and it's embossed. So we're going to do that. This one, what I did with this ribbon, and I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to take my pokey tool and I'm going to unravel it. I want it all unraveled. There's a couple things you can do. You can grab the gold and pull it out, but I also want the white to be unraveled. Okay, so I'm not going to, okay, so you can take your gold, all of it, and just pull it out. Okay, so once I started it, okay, you can pull your gold out. So just lay that carefully. Don't lose it. Now you're going to take your white part of it, and we're just going to kind of, all you do is put your pokey tool right in the middle, and I'm going to turn it. It doesn't have to be all the way, but I kind of like it to. And then I'm going to show you a little secret that's going to be helpful. So go ahead and unravel the whole thing all the way up to as far as you want. Now you don't have to go all the way, but you can. Now slide your gold ones in there. And what I'm going to do is carefully, you want to pick them all up. Make sure they're pretty equal to where they would be if it was all together. I have this gold one that I need to pull. Okay. So just kind of make sure. Now what I do is I do a little knot. Do one knot right in the middle, as much as you can towards the middle. It's just going to help you keep everything together and easier. Okay, lay it like that and just kind of adjust your knot wherever you think. And then just put it in a knot. So now it's all one piece and you don't have to worry about it. Now we're going to do a little bow. Again, do a little bow. When you tie it, this knot should be towards the bottom. So you're going to have this like this. You're going to bring your bow and your fingers right there, holding on to the knot basically. And you want to go all the way over your little gold threads. Okay, so take this and go all the way over your little gold threads, and then reach in and grab your everything. Now I'm going to have to use my pokey tool to grab those gold threads. So just bring those through too, much as you can. Okay, that's not working, so hold on. I'm going to start over. Don't pull it if it's not doing what it wants, because then it's going to go into another knot. You need your length. All right, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to get this a little snugger and a little straighter so it's easier to work with. Then I'm going to go around and pull it through. Okay, this is not easy. I did this the first time too. It took a little bit. And you can use your bow maker if you need to. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, so pull that through. The problem is you don't want your other one to go through, which mine just did. So, all right, one more time. So funny. I did this and I was like, oh yeah, and I did it again just to make sure I gave you guys the right length, but I think putting the knot in it kind of, I normally do the bows, Margie. It's just when you do it like a technique like this, it just gets, you know, it's harder to do. And this twine, it's really hard to do the bows. Okay, just hold on to this. That's the problem, is make sure that's not going anywhere. All right, I am struggling today. It really wasn't this hard when I did it the first time. All right, round. I think I'm just letting go of this, which is my problem, but I have to grab this. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right, if you have any other thread, you might want to use it because I'm struggling with the bow tonight. You want to, there we go. There we go. Somebody's probably messaging me going, what are you doing with your bow? All right. "10 minutes doing a bow." All right. I suggest if you are struggling and you don't want to do this, don't unthread it. You can always do a bow and then unthread your edges, but this looks so pretty when it's done correctly. I just cannot get it for some reason. And it is long enough. Trust me, I've done it multiple times. All right, I'm struggling. Don't do that. Do this with your bow. I don't remember how long it is, but do your bow. Watch me not even be able to do this one tonight. Do your bow. Like that. We're going to cheat. I did it multiple times. I don't know. And with the same measurement of bow. Okay, but see how it just comes unloose super easy. So you want to be really careful about doing the bow ahead of time without gluing it down. But hold it in the middle and then just use your pokey tool or whatever you have and loosen up your fibers. You can even do it on the loops if you want. It's totally up to you, but it is possible. You guys are probably going to do it no problem. Apparently tonight, bows are not my thing. But hold that middle because this is really slippery, this thread. It's like silkier, so it kind of likes to unravel. All right. So, and then use your glue dot. You guys are probably cracking me up. No way my old fingers couldn't do this. Yeah, don't do it. Do it like this. Tie it in a little bow. And then, like I did the first one, add your glue. Too much glue. That's all right. And then add this to the top of your ornament. It's really cute the other way, and I've done multiple with that same size. Don't ask me why. Tonight I'm struggling with that. Okay, so set that aside. And now we're going to stamp. Let's see if we can do that. All right, so we have your circle. We're going to take our Merry Christmas. And I am going to use my this. We're going to use the other side. Let's see if we can get a nice stamp. I have used my red so much, I would not be surprised if this needs to be inked, but I'm not going to ink both. All right, so here we go. The C and the S is where you're looking at because it is a very close fit, okay? So just kind of look at that C and that S and get it to be on there as close as you can. All right. And now we're going to glue our trees. On gold, I don't really like to do the glue. I'll do seal and just go around the edge. I should be doing it on this. Much easier. I like to go around the edges. I know a lot of people like to do just an X in the middle or whatever, but I don't want it to lift or get caught on something and lift up. So, and then we'll put that there so we can get it in the middle. Looks good. All right, so there's that one. And then this one. I think I've seen every Christmas movie out there. I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies, working on my classes, working on my bingos, everything. And now they're starting to just come on, and like I'm watching the Amazon, what do you call it? The Amazon video. And they're all Christmas movies, and I've seen them all. All right. Now we got to think about where we want to put this at. So I'm going to just put that right about there. And we're going to put dimensionals on these, but let's just think this one's going to go right here. I want it down and up to where I can see the paper on the top and the bottom. And then we're going to put this about right here. Now everyone's trees are going to look a little bit different. Like if you look at this one, it's wherever I could punch out the trees is what I did. All right, so that one's about there. This one. Now, if you chose, these are more to the right. If you want to, change it up, you definitely could change it up, because now your Merry Christmas can layer up over this right here and then put your ornament down here. So whatever works for you, once you start kind of putting them together, then you can do that. I could have done the bunny ears. Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea. First time ever I see you struggle with a bow, right? I'm still, I honestly think I am still exhausted from backstage. I feel like it was just go, 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 go. We did a lot of walking, and every night we had something. And it was fun, but I came home tired. Last night we were watching TV, and I was falling asleep, and my husband's like, "Wow, you must be tired." I never fall asleep watching TV. All right, I want to go right at the bottom of the first one, so I'm going to go right about here. And so your red on the edge of this is going to follow the red of your card base. So just put that there. And I just look at the design, make sure it's kind of close. I am going to put this up here and this down here. I'm fine with that, except I need to get whatever that is off my project. Yeah, I could have sat there all night trying to do that bow, and it wasn't going to happen. All right, let's do these. Put one in the middle. Oh, I got to think about this one, because this one is going to lay over this one like that. So that's good. So now I'll put them over on this side. So to see what I did, you want to make sure that you leave that side open that's going to go over, because then they both have one layer of dimensional, but you've got that overlay on there, right? So we're going to put this one up here. All right, I'm going to put this one. Okay, I just want to make sure I have space. And I'm going to bring this one in a little bit. And I know it's covering up some, and that's okay, because we can make that work with our embellishments. That one's good. And now this part is going to lay over And I'm going to put dimensionals on everything else. So up towards the left is what I'm going to do. That, and probably right there. Oops, right there. And I'm going to put one down here. All right, so now I know those. And you can always add glue. You don't really have, like I didn't right there. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But you can add glue if you want. And I'm going to put that right here. Okay, so as long as it's on the card base, that's good. I have a little bit of glue right here I want to get off. But you got to be really careful because it's on the gold. Oh. My eraser needs to be cleaned again. There we go. Oh. All right, so now I'm going to use our embellishments. And I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do my larger ones up here, my large and my small, because there's a big opening right there. And then I'm just going to take this one and put it right here, the medium one. And you can put more on here if you choose to. It's totally up to you. All right, there we go. So there you go. A good use of your DSP when you're not quite sure what you're going to do with the tree. You can pull out your DSP and just take pieces off, kind of like I did with the Advent calendar DSP, and I wanted it to go far. I did that, and then I just used the gold, and then I embossed the ornament with the circled embossing folder, using that extra DSP in the background just because I have a lot of it. I don't need it. What am I going to do with it? My Christmas cards are almost done, so I thought, you know, this is a really fun way to add a little bit. You guys saw the, let me see, do I have it over here? The other full, yeah, this one that I did with the embossing folder. It just gives it a little more, you know, texture. And so I thought that was a lot of fun. And anyway, so a super fun card. And I love this. I just decided to do a pop of color on this one. So there is that. Let's see. Oh, thank you. How do you clean your erasers? Oh, you know what we did is put it in alcohol. I just let it soak in the alcohol for a while. Sherry actually showed me that. And she just soaked it in some alcohol and then took it out and cleaned it. And it actually cleaned up really well. So, all right, that was card number 3. So we are now on to bingo number 3. Let me clean this up real quick. And again, that was the ornamental Christmas, was the stamp that I did. What did Deb say? Of the pop of the red with, oh, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to add a little bit of a color to it, a layer. And I didn't want to use gold for the complete layer. And I didn't want to use black because there was a lot of black already. So I was like, ooh, I'm going to use red and give it that pop of color. All right, bingo number 3, everybody. Good luck. All right, here we go. Number 17. Number 21. Number 10. I'm looking for some measurements really quickly. Oh, here they are. Number 11. Number 2. All right, we've got some bees. I'm glad you guys like the card. All right, Paula's got a BI. Are you talking about the rubber erasers? Yes, these. See, this one's actually fairly clean, except the edges, but it was filthy. And I put it in alcohol and I soaked it for a while. Number 22. My other one, I don't think I soaked long enough because this one was real. This one I've had forever and it's still pretty dirty. This one actually cleaned up really well. And they're different brands, I think. This one is so hard though. I mean, I've had it forever. This one is more rubbery and this one is more really hard, but it still works. It just doesn't clean as nicely. All right, lots of BIs. B-N. Deb, B-I-N. All right, number 9. Oh, no, sorry, number 6. Well, look at the dragonfly. That's number 6. You're welcome, Julie. That was something new to me, too. I was like, I had never thought of that ever. And so that was good. Number 30. I want to make sure you guys saw the bonus project, which was last Sunday. So don't forget, I'll show it to you in a little bit, but don't forget that that's where that video is at. Number 4. And that project, I'll show you. This is the bonus project. And that was last week's Sunday's video. So you will get a kit to create that. So make sure you go and check that out. We have one more project to do, which is our 3D project. Number 14. Ooh, Deb has a B-I-N-G. Lots of B-I's. Gloria with the B-I-N. Ooh, Deb has a B-I-N-G. Lots of B-I's. Number 16. How funny, like the first bingo, there was lots of the pinks, and this one there's way more blue. Ellen has a B-I-N. Number 27. Number 24. Leslie has a B-I-N. Kathy and Deb, B-I-N-G. Number 13. Stephanie now has a B-I-N. Number 28. Carol's on the board with a B. Number 12. Carol with a B-I-N, and Leslie, B-I-N-G. So we have a couple, 3 people, 4 people. Let's see, Deb, Rose, no, let's see, Deb, Kathy, Leslie with the B-I-N-G so far. Number 7. Number 7. Oh, 7's popular. Lots of B-I-Ns. Number 5. Okay, Ellen and Gloria both with the B-I-N-G. Lots of B-I-Ns. And nobody on a 5. Okay, so now I slowed down a lot because we have the one number here. Number 9. Number 9. See how my little dragonflies, I made them both bigger dragonflies so I can make sure that I pay attention to see, make sure they're not upside down. Anna's in the game with the B-I-N-G. Carol. Ooh. Jan, Margie, Robin. Lots of B-I-N-Gs, but no bingo. All right, here we go. New number. And it is 26. 26. Oh, look at those. Carol, Jan, Margie, Robin, Leslie. I think Deb, Ellen, Gloria. Playing just for fun bingo again. Okay, Cheryl. Oh, Deb has a bingo. Okay, let's take a look. Deb. All right, we have all right, Deb, hold on because I'm looking at your numbers here. 4, 4 and 6, 17, 17, 24, and 26. Congratulations, Deb. That is a good bingo. So Deb has bingo number 3. All right, and I saw somebody else. Ellen, you have a bingo, so let's look at yours. Yeah, that was almost all of our numbers. All right, Ellen. Here we go, Ellen. 11, 26, 7, 14, and 30. So, Ellen, you get the choice. Do you want a consolation prize or would you like to continue on and go for another bingo? So let me know. Which you would like to do. Robin, you are way behind, so make sure you grab your bar and pull it forward so that you're caught up with us, so that you're with us for the last bingo. Okay, so Ellen, just let me know what you would like to do. And that third bingo is over. I'm going to shake these up for the last bingo. Consolation prize. Okay, I got you down. Oh, excuse me. All right. Our last, we're going to do one more project and then one more bingo. Excuse me. Our project this time for 3D is a tissue box. And it is a tissue box with the bottom on it. So you just take your lid off, take your tissue out, and then I do not design the outside. If you want to, you can. This one, I have it in my room right here, so I tend to grab it and, see how it's getting caught right here? You got to just be careful it doesn't get caught on your box. And then I put the lid going whichever way my box is going. All right, so there we go. Because you don't even see the oval inside. Okay, so this is how I do it. So you're going to get a kit like this. And there's a reminder to myself. Cut lid before you adhere it. Okay, so cut lid before you adhere it. You don't want to adhere your lid and it not be able to put together. Okay, I cut your bases for you. All right, we're going to have to zoom this out a little bit. And I have a new camera, so give me 1 second to figure this out. I don't have my my remote control anymore, although I really like this camera. It does not, we're going to need a bigger screen. So here we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to put our box together, and we are going to need our 4 panels. Okay, so you are going to take this. I'm going to tell you that these are 8.5 by 9.5. Okay, 8.5 by 9.5. And normally I don't give the measurements, but I'm trying to do that for you today. So on your 8.5 side, you are going to score at 5.5. Okay, so this is your 8.5 side. You're going to do 5.5. And then you're going to do that for both of your panels, the same thing, 5.5. Then on your 9.5 side, you're going to score at, 1 second, this doesn't look right. Oh yeah, it does. So it's like this. You're going to score at 4.5 and at 9. Okay, so that's how it is. 4.5 and 9, because this is 9.5. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our bottoms and we are going to adhere this together like this. But first we want to do some cutting. So we are going to take our scissors and we are going to cut this flap piece off. Okay. So we're going to cut this off. If you're more comfortable cutting with your trimmer, you can do that. Okay. So it's going to look like this. All right, so we're going to cut this, and because we don't need the bottom. All right, so we're going to do it like that. All right, so both of your pieces, you're going to cut that little piece off. Okay, now I like to adhere it like this. So I'm going to do it like this. And like that. Okay, so you see your flap there. So what you're going to do is you are going to burnish everything after we cut those pieces off. All right, that's already burnished. I've already folded it for you like that. So you're going to do that. All right, now I'm going to turn it back this way. I already did it this way. I'm going to do the bottoms like this and this edge here. All right, now if you were to do this on your own, what you want to do is make sure that you do your pieces exactly the same. Okay, so you don't want to have your short piece here and then your tab here because then you're not going to put a tab against tab, because then you would have flat sides on your outside. So make sure they're exactly the same and not mirrored, if that makes sense. You don't want it like this and then have your short piece up here and then you'd have two tabs. So make sure they're exactly the same. So if you're going to score like this down here, you want to turn them both like that. Okay, so you have your small side here and your small side here. And then you're going to score your other sides. Okay, so if you score here, you're going to turn, and then you're going to score here and score here. Hope that makes sense, because you want them to be the same. Now, I'm going to use tear and tape because of our video and make it faster, but I just used it the other day. Here's a new one. We'll use this one. My other one I just finished. So we are going to use our tear and tape. So we're going to take this, and I like to do one close to the edge so that it doesn't catch. All right. And then I'm just going to tear that. And then what I do is I'm going to pull this up, because now I don't want this flap on the inside loose. So I'm going to take that one off, and then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to do another one close to the inside edge. Okay, because I want it to not catch my tissue box or anything on the inside. So I'm going to do that one on the inside. All right. And now what I'll do is tear this off. All right. And then I'm going to make sure that all my edges are up on, just in case it went over just a tad, which I just did right here, but this one did. Or you can cut it, whatever you want to do. And now we're going to attach this. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. You can either align it like this, or you can fold this and then put it on, which is also a good way. Make sure it's this way so that you know it's not hanging over the edge. So I like to do it this way too. But if you do it like this, you want to go right up to where the crease is. Don't go over it, because then this will catch on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to do it right here, right on the inside of that little, and you can barely do it to where you fold it and it matches up good. And so that works for me right there. Okay, then here is where you could do it like this. All right, so I'm going to add our tape again. So add that here and down. You're going to lift this up. And then you can add this to the edge. And this is just my preference. Liquid glue works great also, which is what I normally use, but because we're doing a video, I thought I would just do this. And plus I always do liquid. All right. All right, we're going to lift this one up now. All right. And now I'm going to fold this back and then fold this in nice and flat. So now you could get a bunch of these ready to go, and you could just always just put these aside until you need them. Okay. We have oblong ones too. So you know, whatever you have. Okay, so you can cut those first if you want. It really doesn't matter. I like to wedge. Okay, so you're going to wedge we're going to put DSP on all this first before we glue them anyway. You can wedge 2 of them. The other 2 you do not want to because they're going to be your outside. So I'm going to do, if you like to do your trimmer, of course, do it first. I always do my scissors. Now you can, well, let me show you and you'll see why you want to wedge if you want to wedge. All right, so. All right, so what you're going to do is take 2 of them in and then 2 of them in, okay? And so it makes a really good square box. But I always glue this. So what I'm going to do is go right to here and I would add glue, like mark this with a pencil or whatever you want, and then lift it up and know that you only want glue right here, but we're going to decorate it first. Okay, so I like to lay it down first and decorate it. So, but let's do our lid first. Okay, so here's our lid. Now, the first thing I want you to do is whenever I do a lid, now this is how I like to do it, is I don't want to cut here and this piece not have any strength. And let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go straight here. Okay, you want these to be straight. And you want your little corners to be wedged. So you can just wedge this one just a little. You just don't want it to overlap. And I'm going to wedge this one. Okay. So just so I don't goof up, I always cut right here. So now I'm going to turn and I'm going to cut right here. So now I know that I'm going to cut here. And then I'm going to wedge it. And when you wedge, you just want to make sure that your tip goes to the edge up there so you know where you're going. And you only need to wedge just a tiny bit. The reason you wedge is when you put these together, then you don't have to worry about your paper sticking out. And if you feel like right here, I'm probably wanting to wedge up in this corner just a little bit deeper right there. Okay. And you'll see it as you go. Just kind of hold it together and you'll know. All right, we're going to cut right here and wedge, and then wedge right there. And then again, cut here and wedge. And wedge. That's probably not enough. There we go. All right, so there's our cutting and our wedging. All right, so now I'm going to burnish it. So just fold everything up. The 2 sides I folded already when I mailed them to you, so to get them to fit in the bag. All right, so everything should be, except this right here. Oh, wedge. All right, so there's that. Now, let's do the lid first, because remember my note, cut lid before you adhere. All right, so what we're going to do is we have this for our lid. All right, so we are going to put these together and glue them. They're going to go right here, okay? But we're going to glue these together first. So let me show you what I'm going to do with this. We are going to glue around the outside. And then I do, and it depends, we're going to use, our dies are going to be the Peace on Earth. That's what I'm using. You can use what you want. If you choose to punch, it's going to be a little harder because you have to flip this in. So your punch is going to have to come over here. So a die is best. We have some new ones that would probably work, but you want to get the size. Like this one is too big, the biggest one. I'm going to use the smallest one, and I'll show you why. If you use the largest, it's going to go pretty much edge to edge. And you want that stability of the paper to hold up. So I used the smaller one. So think about this. If this is going to go like this on your project, you want some more glue. So I'm going to put more glue here and here, just so that when I cut this out, it doesn't leave space in between and a possibility of getting stuck. So know that I'm going to go this way. So you might just take something and do a little line, just so you know which way you're going to do it, because that's getting cut out anyway. All right, so we're going to take our gold and we're going to put our red. The die will pretty much go through 2 pieces. All right, so I'm going to do it just like that. I'm going to put my die right here. It doesn't have to be exact, okay? If you look at my lid, okay, you can even see a little bit of gold right there because, you know, went through a couple times, and you don't have to worry about that because your tissue is covering that up anyway. And so when you have this on here and you put it on, your tissue is there and it looks fine. So, and I have mine up to my right anyway, so it's fine. This one will be going in my front room. All right, so what I'm going to do is take a little piece of my adhesive tape, and I'm just eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be exact, but I kind of try to make it even here, even here. I'm just going to put that right there, and I'm going to run it through my machine, and it may have to go through 2 times. So let's see. Okay, through once and back is what I did, just because the back side is over. So that worked out fine. I'm going to pull that adhesive tape off and this adhesive tape off. That's stuck. There we go. All right, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do is take the same die. All right. That doesn't matter. You could use these again if you wanted to, but they are kind of taped together now, so I don't. But all right, so there's that. Now this is going to go here. Now you could glue this on if you wanted to, because it's going to go through. You're going to take your die and you're going to set it right back in that same spot. Okay, and this is how I do it. The thing to remember, when you put this back through your machine, you do not want to flip these sides in, because then you're going to get little notches cut out here. You want to flip these sides in, okay? Because they don't touch where your die is at. So make sure that you do that, all right? All right, so we're going to put this on. I'm going to glue it because I know it's going to go through one panel just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and here. And liquid gluing, it works out well too, especially if you want to get all the way to these corners, but you're going to have to let it dry, because otherwise when you put it in your machine, glue is just going to ooze everywhere. And then I like to go around like this and go pretty close to my die cut, because I don't want this to get caught or lift or catch on anything. So, you know, get fairly close to your image there. All right, doesn't matter which way it squares, so just get it on there. All right, I'm going to go right about there. Okay, now I have all my adhesive all the way right there really well. Now we're going to take this and put it this way. All right, I'm going to use my little piece of tape, and I'm going to put these sides in. Okay. All right, plenty of room, and I'm going to run this through my machine. I feel like it probably would work perfectly fine going through one time, but I always do it too, just to make sure that I got it. Okay, so there we go. So there is our pretty top. And then you have this green by itself now. Again, that's the Peace on Earth dies that I use, but you can use whatever you like up there. Now, you can also think about embossing the top. I chose not to, because if you emboss first and then you try to do all this, it's just going to flatten out your embossing. So if you wanted to do this and do your cutting out, then you can cut everything out and like use temporary tape or whatever, then emboss it and put it on. So you could, you know, think about doing it that way. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to glue our lid. Oh no, let's not do that. Let's put our panels on. So here we are. We have all of our beautiful panels for the side. So you should have 4 of each. So yes, 4 golds is totally worth it on this beautiful Christmas box. And you can use any DSP. Anybody would love to get this as a gift. It's so much fun. All right, so we're going to add our adhesive. The problem is if you want to put this away for Christmases going forward, you might use like temporary tape on the bottom. Marcie, on the lid, what is the width of the tabs? The width of these tabs? Oh, I'm sorry. The lid is 6 5/8 by 6 5/8, and it's scored at 1 inch all the way around. So score it all the way 1 inch. So 6 5/8 by 6 5/8. Okay. All right. I hope that answered your question. All right. So here we go again. Again, use paper that you have. All right. We're going to put that on like that. There's one panel. It was funny. I was trying to come up with bingo projects, and I've been wanting to do a Christmas tissue box because I've had my other tissue box forever, and I think I might have done a video on it forever ago. And honestly, I couldn't find it, but not the one I wanted. And so then I thought, why don't I do a tissue box for bingo? And that's kind of how I came up with it, because I wanted one in here and one in my front room. And so I thought, oh, this one will be for my front room. And I made my sample to show you for this room. And now I think I'm going to do some for my my daughter-in-law who lives here in town. But you could send them to somebody and just put tear and tape on it and tell them to just tape it up. And then that way you can mail it to them as a little gift. I did another 3D project I'm doing for my cake class, and I'm super excited about it. That I've not done this particular thing before, so I'm excited about that. So then you got to look at your paper and kind of decide, like these leaves right here are going up, but these are going sideways. Really doesn't matter. Again, a great paper that's kind of non-directional, so kind of figure out what works for you. I'm going to do it this way because of this flower right here. I think it just looks a little better this way. All right, so there we go. Now we will glue these on. And I think seal is fine with this. It's flat. You don't really have to use liquid, or usually 3D projects I do use liquid, but I really don't think you do. I tend to look at the bottom because remember your lid is going to be on the top. Okay, so it's going to come on the top. You could use flat magnets on the bottom or Velcro. I thought of that too, Sherry. I thought Velcro might be a little too bumpy and then your tissue box would be sideways. They do have very flat magnets, which would be good. So if you go in the middle, let me show you what I did on this one. So, oh, here's a tissue. So see how I did it mostly towards the bottom and left the top with the green? That way, this is going to cover it anyway. And then that way you can see your image. So don't worry about doing your paper larger. If you want to, you sure can. But I focused on the bottom and just did a little bit up. It's much easier to add everything while everything's flat. But yes, if you wanted to do it as a gift, I would suggest not gluing it. And then I just make sure my things are even. Isn't it funny? Amazon just delivered and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I order? Because my husband's getting the door. I have to remember that Amazon's going to start coming a lot later, but it's Christmas presents for kids. So, well, some of them. All right, then. And now you could pick this up and go like that. So you can look at the bottom again and just kind of line it up. Again, you're also looking at your left and your right. Okay, so there's that. And again, go like that. These are so easy. And then I'll give you your measurements for your DSP in just a minute. I'll probably end up posting this on my blog after. I've been really bad about posting on my blog just because I've been doing videos. I got a new newsletter program. I've been doing a lot of that. And that just kind of works out for me. So I've been doing that. All right. Now let's put these together. But I will post it on my blog and put the measurements. Let's see. These are tiny, so I'm going to pull in my silicone mat. And this, again, directional. I wouldn't worry about it. And yes, I know I have a lot of gold showing versus doing it just that little 1/8 of an inch or whatever, because I want, this flower is kind of poking up and so are these leaves. So I'm going to go this way. I wanted a lot of gold because it's Christmassy. I wanted a lot of gold. So that one's like that. This one I can tell the leaf goes up, so I'm going to do it that way. And until you put it on, it doesn't really matter because you're just gluing it right onto gold. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like the box. Gosh, my head just keeps getting in the way. I got to figure out my camera. I thought I had it figured out, but then I made some adjustments with my lighting and my new light that I got up above, so my camera got all moved around. So sorry about that. All right, there's that one. This one. Oh, did you guys know? So Black Friday, big sales coming, right? So I'm so excited because at Backstage, we were able to put some questions in a box. Now I'm going to just put this out there, but we were able to put some questions in a box to ask the leadership team something. Well, I put one in there that said, please give us an adhesive sale. And guess what? Not that they listened to me because this was already in motion, but we're going to have adhesive on sale and other things. So make sure you check back on, I believe it's the 21st. It starts, no, 25th through the 1st, I think. So I don't remember what it is, the dates. I'll post it. But whatever it is, make sure you look for the sales because there's going to be an adhesive sale. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right, so there we go. So now you have all 4 pieces, and now you're going to glue those on. My husband just opened the door, and I'm like, no. He's like, oh. Okay, I'm going to glue these because they're smaller, and it's just easier for me to glue and kind of maneuver them around to get them where I want them. So, and you're going to see little lines right here from your, because they were folded under, like if you have lines on your cutting plate, because that was a lot thicker to put through. So you're going to see those on there. So no worries though. So we're going to put that right about there. Oops. Move it over, Marcie. Right there. So you want to kind of line it up with your paper. Okay. So there's that one. So again, get it with your paper and give yourself some room. So pretty. I love this paper. I love poinsettias. Love, love poinsettias. Even though we didn't have a big poinsettia set this year, we had poinsettia paper, which made me happy. All right, this one. I think I might have went over to this edge a little bit too close, but that's okay. Not even going to be able to tell when you put it together. All right, and then this one. The lid's what's going to be touched and moved around the most from off and on and put your tissue in. So I kind of like using the liquid, but it's also just easier to kind of get those in the right spot. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use glue. Oh, the 25th. Yes, thank you. I think it's the 25th through December 1st. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this one over and this one over. And I'm going to go like this. Okay. And then I'm going to come over to this one and I'm going to do the same thing. And it doesn't have to be all the way to the edge because it's going to ooze just a little bit. And then I'm going to put this one up, and you want to make sure it's nice and flat. Okay. You don't need it. If it's over too much, it's not going to fit your box. So just be careful. Make them nice and to the edge. Okay, so there's that one. And now I'm going to do this one and this one. I'll do this one first because it's the easy one. Okay, notice I don't go all the way to the edges. And then I'm going to lift this one up, hold this out so it doesn't start touching your edges there. And I'm going to put my glue right here. All right. And now you're going to slide that one in, but work on this one. All right, so work on this one. Make sure it's where you want it. This one's in, but you have plenty of time. You just don't want it to touch on the outside or get kind of, off. All right, so at this point, I just kind of go around and make sure everything is. So notice how you have a flap holding here, a flap holding here, a flap holding here. That's why I cut it the way I do. And a flap holding here. Otherwise, you would have 2 flaps here and over here and nothing on this one. And I just think a little security on each flap just makes sense to me. All right, so everything is holding well. So we're going to set that aside and let that do its thing. This is going to be for my front room. I'm probably going to make another one next year. Because I like to have the current DSP and I feel better about using DSP. So I'm going to glue mine. So I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to put 2 down. All right. Now for me, I'm going to put these 2 down and I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to put a line right here because I'm going to be gluing on top of this anyway. So I'm going to put a line right here, just a little line, And now I know that's where I'm going to add glue. And I'm not even going to the line. I'm leaving quite a bit of space before the line. But I want this glued down. I don't want it coming up when I pull the tissue box out because it might suction up. And I'm going to put this one down and then put this one over it. And I want to make sure the box is square. So I'm going to close these up. Okay, make sure it's square. I'm going to turn it over. Make sure it's square. Okay. And I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to go back and forth a little bit to make sure that that stays down. Okay. And now when I come back over, here is your pieces. Now, I feel like when I scored this and I cut a little to that side. So I'm going to take a tiny, see how my lip right there is of that score? So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut just the slightest off right here. I'm going to go on the inside. I'm doing so slight that I'm not on the inside. I'm going to go on the inside of that score line. Okay. But because we don't wedge, I'm always a little nervous to do that. Okay, so I'm going to do a little more right here because you can still see that score mark. So go to the inside of the score mark and trim that. Okay, that's that side. Does this side need to be done? Yep. See it? That's where that score mark was. So I'm just going to take it. And if you want to do this on your trimmer ahead of time, like remember when I glued mine to get my two pieces together and then I did this? Do this first. It just makes it easier, especially if you're concerned with doing a straight cut. All right, now that's better. Now how you can tell is when you have it down and I don't see my green over here and I barely see an edge of green, which is this one right here. So I'm going to sliver, and I can see it, still the score right here at the very, very edge. There we go. Okay, now I'm good. Now I'm not going to use a pencil, but I'm just going to do like a little nail line right there, so I can tell that my glue is going to go right here, and the line is like up here. Okay, so this is where you would want to put your temporary adhesive or your magnets or whatever you might want to use so that you don't have to, if you want to take it apart and keep it. But it's easy enough to do again. And like I said, I love using new adhesive for it. Who knows what we'll have next year. Or you can always put it somewhere safe and have it. All right, so there we go. We're going to take our tissue box. Fingers crossed, it all fits well. We're going to slide our tissue in there. Be careful of your edges. These right here, they will catch. So just kind of be careful when you slide that down. I just kind of pull them apart a little bit. Oh, let me see. Uh-oh, I can't get it out. Hold on. I just realized I did something, so I'm going to... Come on. Okay, so what I realized is this little corner right here got caught. And so I want to make sure that these are glued really well before I do that. Okay. Well, you saw it in there, so I don't have to do that again. But then take your lid and put it on, and then there you go. There is your tissue box. So be careful of those edges. Be careful of the tissue box edges. All right, and then put this in there, and there you go. There you go. All right, your DSP. Let's see, your solid layer for your box. Oh, you know what I forgot? I like to glue that too, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put one right here and then go to the other side. See how it kind of comes out? I did the two panels together, but I forgot to add that part. And I like to do that so that it stays together. Okay, so here your side panels, solid layers, 4¼ by 5. You need 4 of them. Your DSP is 4 by 4¾ You need 4 of those. All right, that's the box. The lid, the solid, you need 4 by 4¼ up here, and then 4 by 4 for your red. And then your, let me find your little edges here. You need 7/8 by 4¼ here, and then 5/8 by 4 on for your DSP. Okay, so you need 4¼ by 5 for your gold. Oh no, I'm sorry. 7/8 by 4¼ for your gold, and 5/8 by 4 for your DSP. But I'm going to put this on my blog so you'll get everything there. So there we go. That is the box. I'm going to keep this one for the front room. Put this one back in here. Put this. And so you could do the same thing with a rectangle box. Just kind of figure out your measurements and do that. So this one will go, oh, I put the lid on the wrong one. This one will go with my new one. I'll put it out in the front room. The good thing is they both matched and fit. All right, so there's that. Use whatever DSP you have and create some for your friends and family. All right, how fun would it be to do like a New Year's one with the black and white paper with the gold? That would be really pretty. All right, bingo, last bingo. I'm glad you guys liked it. Love Poinsettias 2, getting various sizes, red, white for me and pink for my mom. Oh, very nice. I'm going to get a big bouquet of poinsettias this year. I say that every year and I don't, but I'm going to this year. All right, last bingo, everybody. Don't forget, Sunday I did this video for the bonus card. So you will be getting that, and I show some tips and tricks on how I cut it, what I did, and all that good stuff. So again, I used that DSP for the background because I had a lot of it. And so use it. That's what I say. All right, here we go. Good luck. Number 30. Number 13. Number 12. Good night. Thanks for coming by. 23. I know it is late for you. If you haven't joined my cake class, you might want to. It's going to be so much fun. I have another great 3D project. 22. I am super excited about it. All right, we got lots of B's, B-I for Beverly. And I want to say thank you to those that purchase my bingo and don't play bingo because you may not be home or around, or you've got something going on and you still purchase it for the kids. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Number 2. And a big thank you to all of you for playing. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy bingo and creating the projects. I'm always hoping that there's something you'll pick up or learn or just have fun with a new fold or something. Number 25. All right, we've got quite a few B's and some BI's starting. Number 18. Look at us, it's not even 8 o'clock yet here. Yay! I know it's getting close on the late on the East Coast, so thank you for playing. Number 8. These dragonflies just make me happy. I don't even know which one's my favorite. This guy kind of reminds me of Jiminy Cricket. He's cute. I like this guy too. Number 20. But I like the pink and the lime green too. Ooh, BINs. Lots of BINs on number 8. $29. All my numbers started out big like that, but then once I started adding critters on there, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to adjust a little bit. Ooh, Julie has a BING. Number 9. Ooh, number 6. Ooh, Julie has a BING. Clanetta BIN. Paula N. Carol H. Sue, they all have BIN. Yeah, Julie is coming up strong. How are you, Deborah? Are you traveling again? Are you looking forward to your break from school, I bet? Number 1, my son went back to school. I know we haven't talked a little bit, but he's enjoying it. He's doing really well. He's like, wow, it's a lot easier when you're older. I said, well, you're not playing baseball. All right, Jan now has a BING. I'm going to slow down just a little bit. Ooh, Carol with the BING. And Sue. All right, number 11. And Leslie and Glenetta all have BING. Glenetta has a bingo. Okay, number 1, number 8, number 14, 22, and 29. So Glenetta has a bingo. Congratulations. Making sure there's nobody else. Congratulations, Glenetta. Number 4, bingo. Yay! I don't see any others. All right, so I'm sending a consolation prize to Ellen. Bingo number 1 was won by Cheryl. Number 2, Carmen. Number 3, Deb. And number 4, Glenetta. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, like you just got here. Congratulations, everybody. Yay. All right. So, and then the 2 winners of the raffle thing I did, not the raffle, but the guessing game I did, your gifts will go also in your packages. So those will all go. Here is card number 1, number 2. Well, it's this one we did tonight. Number 2. I don't even remember which one's which. Number 3. So 1, 2, 3. our Kleenex box, which is number 4. And our bonus card was my thank you to you is number 5. And that was on a video on Sunday. All right. So thank you everybody very much. I hope you had a good time. I really enjoyed creating the projects. I love creating bingo. Don't forget, there is not bingo in December, so get your Christmas cards made. Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you. And so get your Christmas cards made and join my cake class. I would love for you to do that. That will be mailed out about December 15th. The cards, I'm just getting finished prepping all the products. And then I've got to work on the PDF and the video. So that will be what's coming up for me in the next couple of weeks, along with creating bingo projects for January, which we will be using the new online exclusives. January bingo is the 14th at 5 o'clock. I have one card which is with the newer product. It was with the last release of online exclusives, and then everything else will be the new either online exclusives or the mini catalog. So that's what's coming up next. The cake class, like I said, will be mailed out by the 15th. It is a free class with purchase of $75 or more, but please don't forget you have to register, okay? CMA Awards are on at 8 o'clock. Oh, tonight or on the, or January? Gloria, is it tonight? Oh, that's good. Oh, no worries, Gwen. If you're still interested in it, you can still purchase and you'll still get all the kits. I think I have 3 kits left. So let me double check. I have 3 kits left. So if anybody wants them, I can get those mailed out to you tomorrow also. I'll register for January. Yay, Carol. Oh, tonight. Oh, good, Gloria. Just in time to grab dinner. And we have food in the sous vide and my hubby's waiting for me. So, and then we'll watch that. That's perfect. Yay, thanks you guys. I probably wouldn't have noticed it because I would have been doing dinner. We usually go in and watch things we record. So I will tell my husband, he'll start recording them. And then what we do is like 20 minutes or a half hour into it, then we'll turn it on because we'll watch something else first. We're not commercial people. Let's snap through these shows and move on to other products, other shows. So I'll register, yes, tonight, yay. All right, well, thank you so much for participating. Have a wonderful December. I will see you. I will still be doing videos, hopefully twice a week all the way through. My granddaughter, Addison, is going to come and visit us for like a Thursday through Sunday. I don't remember what time she leaves Sunday, but maybe we'll pop a show on in between so she can be on video because, oh no, she comes in on Wednesday. So she'll be with me on that Wednesday night in December 17th. She'll be here. So we'll do that. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys liked it. Thank you so much. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked the tissue box. I love it. My other one was getting, it was older DSP. So I was kind of like, oh. So, of course, I'm going to have to make a new one. And I think I'm going to use that Beauty of something. It's the new one, Beauty Petals, Petals of Beauty, something like that. I think I'm going to have to make myself one for all year round. So, yes, happy Thanksgiving. I will see you on Sunday. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.